Hey guys, Max2015, welcome back tonight for another session of Boom Beach. Actually, I'm just going to be showing some replays tonight because I was just playing. In fact, I'm still playing. As you can see, I'm training TGRM now because there's a couple of bases left on my map that I want to use this troop comp to attack with. Somebody had made a comment in one of the previous videos saying that they only wanted to see the wins and they didn't want to bother watching the failing videos because anybody knows how to fail. It's hard to see how to win. So in order to humor that one person, I decided to make just one video. Not like I haven't made replay videos in the past. I made a whole bunch of those, but anyways, this one specifically targeted to that one person. And these are all just wins I'm going to be showing you. So although you can see it took me, I did lose a whole bunch of times, but nevertheless, I'll just show you guys the wins. Starting with Xander here. So there were a couple of bases that had double shields like this one. So I went ahead and tried to use TRM, which worked out pretty well for a couple of them. There's one still on my map that I'm not able to beat, so I don't know if I want to try a TGRM or maybe RZM on it, but we'll see. So this is the first base, typical double shield. I think he only had 2 ice statues. Yeah, you can see 8 offensive statues. The one little blue masterpiece glowing in there, and I think the defensive one was somewhere in the back, glowing behind those trees. So this was pretty straightforward. I put down the rifles first because there was a boom cannon in the front, put down the tanks, and then I threw some of the gunboat energy on those 2 boom cannons in the back because those were going to be very troublesome once they come into play. The 2 boom cannons in the front weren't too much of a concern because I had the rifles up in the front to take the shots, so I didn't have to bother too much with it. I was more concerned with the cannons in the back towards the end of it. Granted, like I said, this base only had 2 ice statues, so it wasn't super boosted, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Once you see how the tanks clear most of it, I've reflared them and went focus them on the boom cannon because that was the main thing. There was a little cannon on the left side, so I threw some critters to kind of distract them while I flared the tanks in there to try to take it out. Once that was done, I can speed that up a little bit, and I just had to let the tanks take out one of the shields and then wrap around the top to take out a few more of those defenses, which you'll see right there. Reflare them next to the sculptor, and then I threw a shock, because a few of my tanks were red and that flamethrower had already started burning through them, so shocking them seemed like the better alternative. Oh, right there, you can see how the trees kind of just uncover the defensive building masterpiece in there. So anyways, towards the end here, we just had to park them. There was only one rocket launcher shooting at us, but it wasn't a big deal, especially because I had I had a couple of medics left. I had one medkit left, so no big deal there. And they were able to take down that one base, so that was great. Then we moved on. That was Xander's base, and then this one, Viencow High. This was a pretty easy base, mainly because you can see the 10 offensive statues there. This person had no boost, and he had a laser beam, which makes it even easier for TRM. So because it was so easy, I'm just gonna go ahead, leave it at 2 double speed. I did put down the rifles, to take some of the flak, so I didn't have to lose too many troops. I did lose, I think, 3 tanks overall. I also did lose all the rifles, but as always, those are always expected to, to die in the attack. But you can see how the defenses are going down just so quickly, especially because when there's no ice, your troops, not only do they last longer, but they do a lot more damage. So this was actually a pretty easy base. Towards the end there was really nothing hitting us. I just had to flare to each of the shot launchers, make sure we took those around. I thought really those critters were just for fun there. They were really not even, there was no need for it. And I think I left the tanks right there next to the HQ. Yeah, they were just shooting and blast down that HQ very, very quickly. So that was a very easy base. I can't believe I still get bases like that with no ice statues in the 1290 VP range there. Now moving on, we switched troops to RZCM. Let's see, which one was this? Oh, this base. This was a, you can see he only has 2 ice statues and everything is really up front. So this was a deceivingly tough base. So I did attack it, I think, twice because I went in overconfident as expected. It looked easy, and then I went ahead and I just died. All my troops just died in the front there because of the mines, and mainly because of that row of 3 mortars that you can see on the left side. So this second attempt, I was more careful with it, and I threw shocks, keep those mortars subdued. And then the good thing is that one shot right down the center of the HQ was enough to paralyze the shot launcher, shock blaster, boom cannon, and one of the mortars. So that worked out really, really well. The rocket launcher on the right side wasn't too much of a concern. I kind of just led some of my troops straight over there and, finish that one off. But you can tell already how my troops are wearing really, really thin. And I did win this one, but actually, there was a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes, a lot of troops lost. So you can see how I only had a handful of troops left when I flared it to the shot launcher. I mean, at least they did take it out. And then once they were there, I had to help them finish off the mortar with an artillery shell. Once that boom cannon went down, I flared the troops right back here. I can just go quickly here because this part took a long time. Once my troops got there, the Zuccas were parked in a safe place. The medics, unfortunately, were in the range of that boom cannon, so he was just picking them all off. But yeah, there were 7 Zuccas left in there. I had so much time, I was just counting them. They did get the job done, but as you can see, 2 ice statues, surprisingly tough base. So kudos to him. I was not, expecting it to be so tough. Now the last 2 replays I have here, these were heavy Zucca. So yet again, we switched troops. Actually, I think I missed one replay somewhere in there. We'll go back there. This was heavy Zucca. I don't know exactly how many ice statues this person had. But anyways, you can see the 2 masterpieces glowing in the front there. There were a whole bunch in the back. So I decided to go behind the HQ with this troop for this attack, because if you look on the right side there, all those mines and boom mines were, neatly laid out. So that was very anti-heavy Zucca, smoky heavy Zucca. So I decided to walk the path straight up into the HQ, so that way I would avoid some of the mines. The tricky part is that he put all the big buildings like the sawmill and the radar in awkward positions, so you have to be very, very careful when you're putting the smokes down. So 2 smokes towards the very end there, wait for them to walk a little bit more, and as the first flare was running out, I threw a second flare, and then I think we flared to the mortar, or the flamethrower, yeah, the mortar, put down some critters, shocked the 2 ends, and then kind of just prayed because I was completely out of gunboat energy, I think. But as the Zuccas were, cleaning off some of those defenses, I gained a little bit of gunboat energy. So I put a medkit down in front of those heavies, and then you can see I had a ton of Zuccas. I had enough for a little pack of critters there, so that was good. So, but you can see the Zuccas were just blasting at that HQ, and that HQ was coming very, very quickly. It's coming down quickly. In the nick of time, because I only had, 2, 3? It looked like 4 heavies left in there, so they wouldn't have lasted much longer. That was actually a pretty good win. I think he had a lot more than just those 2 ice statues in there. And then let's just go to the last one. This one was pretty much the exact same attack. 3 ice statues this time on an ice base. So I just go 2 times the speed. So take out the machine gun behind the HQ, and exact same thing. I let them take out the sculptor storage so I could get 3 extra gunboat energy, and then flare them behind the HQ. So same thing, same principle, being careful with the smokes at all times. Make sure that they don't run wide. You can slow it down a little bit. And then again, once that flare runs out, reflare them, go to the boom cannon, put down some critters, and shock the 2 sides. I was a little nervous because I thought the rocket launcher right here on the bottom was going to get the Zuccas. But fortunately, he got locked on some of the heavies right here in the front of the HQ, so that really worked well. And you can tell how that shield was coming down, but very, very slowly. So I wasn't feeling too confident, but all of a sudden, once the Zuccas get going, they really start, pummeling down that shield. And once the shield is down, you can see the HQ just comes down so quickly. So that was a pretty feel-good win. I don't think I lost a lot of troops in there, actually. Let's take a quick look. Once that's done, right there. Yeah, so we only lost 11 Zuccas out of the 52 deployed, so that was pretty great. Now, which one was the base? I know we saw this one. Oh, did we? I think I skipped these 2 bases. Yeah, these 2 were also TRM attacks. Yeah. So, same as the first one. We'll just go 2 times the speed for these two. They're very similar attacks also. Double shielded bases. Same principle. This time I didn't put down the rifles because there weren't too many cannons in the front. So I just, relied on the toughness of the tanks to kind of clear up as many defenses as they could, while I laid some of the gunboat energy at the boom cannons behind the HQ. Then I kind of picked on the right side and decided to go in from there. You can see, fortunately, I was able to shock the shot launcher and the 2 cannons with 1 shock, which worked out to my advantage. And at this point, that's when I put down the rifles, which was great because those 2 boom cannons by the HQ were just starting to come into play. So, those rifles really do, buy your tanks a lot of time. So you can see the tanks just finished off the boom cannons, and I think we cleaned up this base pretty well. Once we're clear of all the boom cannons and the little cannons, we're golden. You just flare to the right side, and I kind of scouted this base first, and I knew the 1 shot launcher here on the left side was going to be out of range if I parked the tanks right up there where they are. I mean, the rifles are still in range, but once that was done, I put some critters to kind of distract it also, but you guys get the point. Just leave the tanks up there. They had a ton of tanks. I don't think I lost many at all. That was pretty great, actually. But granted, again, he didn't have too much ice, so that kind of makes it easy for me, Alright, so that one was 1 base. What was that? Francois' base? Yeah, and then Majaka's base. I think similar thing, double shielded, yeah, double shielded, 3 ice statues, all of them boosted. This time I put the rifles down the very beginning. You can see why, because that 1 boom cannon was right there in the front, and it started picking off some of them. So I mean, that's the whole purpose of the rifles, is to distract and to soak up the shots from the big shooters, so that the tanks have time to move in and start wrecking on their own. So let's just speed it up a little bit. Same thing. I did take out one of the boom cannons in the back, and I just finished the other one right there. So 2 boom cannons left, one left. Once the shot launchers are down, things get much easier to handle. So just flare straight to the boom cannon. I didn't care because I had so many tanks left at this time. Strength in numbers. So even if I lost 1 or 2 tanks while flaring to that boom cannon, I still had enough firepower to take down the entire base. So of course, you do have to at least take down one of the shields, which is why I moved them to the right side. I did flood them to that 1 cannon because I needed that cannon to go down quickly. And I think at this point we were good. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I moved the troops up to take out one of those rocket launchers. Maybe I did. Yeah, I didn't have to flare. Actually, they just went on their own natural path up there. But once that rocket launcher was down, flared them all the way down, away from the range of that mortar and the sniper tower. And then I just let them finish out the HQ. Yep, that was pretty nice too. So TRM's working pretty nicely, except for 1 base. I'll show you this one guy. For some reason, the layout on his base, and he doesn't have that much ice. He only has 4 ice, and only the masterpiece is boosted. But for some reason, I think it's the positioning of these cannons. They're so well placed that the tanks, anywhere the tanks go, there's a cannon picking some of them off. So once they all add up, the damage adds up. My tanks started dropping like flies, and I think I attacked him maybe 4 times and unsuccessfully each one of those times. So I'm gonna just try it out with a different troop count later. And you can tell there's a couple more bases left on the map that I haven't finished yet, including a little NPC here and another one here. So I'll try to get to those bases in a little bit. But in the meantime, I wanted to show these replays with you before I start losing them, because my log was running really long already. And you can tell we're already at 1,304 victory points, which is pretty good. It's an entirely different, what do you call this, rank. So I just got promoted to this General 3, where I get the golden badge. I really want to get the Marshal rank though. Those are pretty sick. And well, Legends will be the ultimate goal, right? In any case, I think we're gonna just actually let me see, how long is this video? 15 minutes. Maybe I'll show you guys one thing just for fun, because I found a little glitch on my base that I thought it was very strange. And you guys can let me know if you're experiencing the same thing on your map. But you see this one resource base, it's a baby resource base. It's a level 27. I've been fighting it up with this Quattro guy for about a week and a half now. But the odd thing is that you can see all the defenses are still super under leveled. Look at this boom cannon. It says boom cannon level 5. The cannon says level 9. Sniper tower level 15. But clearly those are not, you know, the right skins for these troops. So just keep that in mind. So this boom cannon is level 5. This cannon is level 9. So I'm just gonna attack it. I have very limited troops, but I think it should be fine. I mean, it's not like they're gonna be tough. Let me just use some of my gunboat energy here. Put the tanks down. Medics. Grenadiers. Throw a shock. I'm just gonna go quickly. I want to just beat these very fast. There we go. Throw another shock. Can I just finish off the HQ with a gunbow? I don't think I can. One more. All right, we'll just let them, you know, finish it off naturally. Gosh, this is gonna take forever now. Just watching like 3 grenadiers and 1 tank take down an HQ. But you see, as soon as that, this comes down, you know, your resource base is supposed to level up, but that's not happening in here, and that's the odd part. And it hasn't been fixed yet. It's been like 2 weeks. So right here, look, it says sniper tower upgraded, mines upgraded. Oh, only mines. It's level 16. But see, they said level 18. So, oh, this is level 10 though. The boom cannon is still level 5. Yeah, but the cannon is level 10, and it still looks exactly the same as it did before. So, you know, but then I don't know if the HP is and the damage is correct for a level 10 cannon. So it's telling me that this little baby cannon has so much damage. Yeah, that's not a level 5 boom cannon for sure. I don't think so. It's probably just a level 1. I don't know, I just find it weird. So anyways, if you're having the same issue, just let me know. Oh, and we got the 1 VP. So 1305, which puts us at 17 in the US. Not bad. 17, and we'll keep on climbing. There's still a couple of bases left, like I said, and you know, every day we just go up a little bit whenever possible. Alright guys, so in the meantime, I hope you guys keep on playing. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoy the replays, and I hope it helps some of you guys. Alright guys, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.